host of tonight's episode of Inside Alice House, called Hallowmas. I know what you're thinking. What is Hallowmas? Here in Meridian Village, Halloween isn't a holiday, it's our way of life. The ghouls and goblins of Meridian Village are everyday people. They're just different. Only different in appearance, but have feelings just like you and me. With that being said, they like to celebrate other holidays as well, and Christmas is their favorite behind Halloween, of course. So Hallowmas is what we call Christmas here in Meridian Village. In tonight's episode, I will be sharing with you the events of this year's Hallowmas soiree at my house and meet some of my other friends you haven't met yet. So I'm getting everything in order tonight for my little soiree I'm having, and luckily I got Alice, Spencer, and Alfred to come early and help me get everything in order. Alice prepared some of her most famous dishes for tonight's party, like her femur bone soup, stuffed kidneys with eyeball relish, tongue sausage, and her famous cheek meat tartare, to just name a few. It's great having Alfred here to help. He handles the door, makes the drinks, entertains the guests. And also, Alfred knows his way around a party. He's very sociable, witty, and easygoing. He's making his famous Undertaker shot tonight for everyone. The Undertaker shot is a glass of blood wine with a shot of Ed Gein dropped into the bottom of it. Quite delicious, I might add. Spencer helps out with the last minute details, hanging decorations, store runs, cooking, and helping Alfred mix drinks. So everything is ready to go and my friends start to arrive. Arthur, Henry, and Christine are the first ones here. Alfred lets them in and leads them into the dining room where the food is laid out in a buffet style. Alfred asks everyone what would they like to drink, and all of them want to try his famous Undertaker shot. Spencer is behind the bar helping Alfred by yelling, "Happy Hallowmas, everyone! Happy Hallowmas, everyone!" I start helping Alfred out by passing out Undertaker shots. I walk over to Arthur, who is standing in the doorway to the kitchen talking to Henry. I give each of them their shot and say, "Happy Hallowmas, fellas." We chug our shots, then myself, Arthur, and Henry start to reminisce about the band we were in together back in our early 20s. Arthur played the saxophone, Henry was our keyboardist, and I played the cello and was lead vocals. We used to play our gigs at the Graveside Diner in the Black Cauldron Inn. We called ourselves the Storytellers. Man, those were the good old days. Arthur retired from the band when he took over as owner of the Graveside Diner. Frank ended up getting Henry a job up at the Monsters Ball as their lead keyboardist. I retired from the band as well and pretty much went around town cruising with Jimmy in his spaceship. I'm looking around the room after I'm done reliving the band days, and I see Alice's sister Vanessa in the living room with Donna and Ted setting up a table for a game of AC-Doocy. I take a seat next to Vanessa, and she can't stop gushing with pleasure how good the tongue sausage and cheek meat tartare is. I said, "It's fantastic, isn't it?" Vanessa's the owner of Madame Ashbury's House of Wax. It's a great tourist attraction here in Meridian Village. With the proceeds, Vanessa donates them all to special causes throughout Meridian Village. Donna sits down across the table from me, and I ask, "How's it been going?" Donna says, "I'm glad Arthur shut down the Graveside Diner tonight so we could both come to your Hallowmas party." Donna's the head bartender at the Graveside Diner. She's been tending bar there since our band used to play there back 20 years ago. That's why Arthur bought the diner, because he knew he could trust her. All those years playing there, Donna never gave us a free anything. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Ted chugging pumpkin rum out of a hollowed out femur bone. I'm like, "Ted, you gotta slow down, man." He replies, "Those damn teenage boys I got are causing nothing but problems again." Man, his boys are something else. They're known as the Pumpkin Boys around here in Meridian Village. They're known for slinging their pumpkin seeds all over town. They also run their dad's pumpkin rum side business out of the pumpkin patch on the other side of Meridian Village. I get up from the table and I hear Spencer yelling, "Where's Jimmy?" Jimmy's one of a kind. He's very unusual and only shows up a few times a year here in Meridian Village. One of those times he's guaranteed to show up is at my Hallowmas soiree. Jimmy's from another dimension. I met Jimmy at the Black Cauldron Inn when we used to play our gigs up there. Jimmy said our music put him in a trance and he absolutely loved it. I'm the only one in Meridian Village that's been on Jimmy's spaceship. I was lucky enough to meet some of his colleagues. Those creatures were out of this world. I even took my cello with me one time and played for them, and they all absolutely loved it. I walk into the den and I see Christine sipping on an Undertaker shot. Christine, by the way, is the librarian at the Haunted Library. Me and Christine start talking about the book Adventures in Dreamland that my good friend Leo Anthony wrote. She was like, I know Leo. He works up at the Shady Hollow Funeral Parlor with Alex and he's the mortician. Christine asks if it's been published yet. I said, no, not at the moment, but it will be. Christine says she can't wait to read it. The great thing about Christine is that when she does read it, we will get an excellent review when she does. I walk out of the den with Christine and I hear the front door slam with all the bells on it. I walk up front and it's Jimmy with Frank in tow. Jimmy runs up and gives me a big hug and says, where's my Undertaker shot? Jimmy and I walk over to the bar so Alfred can make Jimmy his shot, and I grab Jimmy his favorite, a bowl of femur bone soup topped with a stuffed kidney and eyeball relish. Me, Jimmy, and Alice sit at the table when Spencer comes running in yelling, Happy Hallowmas, Jimmy! Happy Hallowmas, Jimmy! Spencer and Jimmy are like brothers. They met while Spencer was out on the hillside and Jimmy came in hard, landing his spaceship, almost crushing Spencer. Jimmy felt horrible and took Spencer to the Black Cauldron Inn and bought Spencer all the blood wine he could drink. As the night starts to wind down, myself, Spencer, Alice, and Frank are sitting around the table and Jimmy asks, you guys want to go for a ride? Spencer immediately yells, Alfred, fill up a couple carafes of blood wine. We're going. We all decided to go except Alfred. He doesn't like flying. So we get our stuff together and we venture out to Jimmy's spaceship on the other side of the hillside. Jimmy fires up the spaceship and we are off quicker than a silver bullet out of Frank's revolver. It's just about morning time when we get back and we're all plastered from the blood wine. Jimmy gave us the ride of our life with his amazing piloting skills. Jimmy gives me a hug and says he'll be back in a few months after the alien purge is over. I go back inside the house with Spencer, Alice, and Frank and turn on the TV and upload the Alice House season. Spencer keeps yelling, Happy Hallowmas, everyone! Happy Hallowmas, everyone! Finally, Frank gets up and looks at him and says, it's time to go to sleep, Spence. We all ended up passing out on the couches and chairs while all we hear in the background is the soundtrack from the Alice House season. I would like to thank my production team here at Wild Future Productions. Myself, Eddie Emmons, Anthony St. John, Leo Anthony, Marie Perry, and Tennille Meadowlark. Thank you for all your hard work and your individual talents for making this possible. This is Wild Future Productions, where your fear begins. Happy Hallowmas, everyone.